Some people avoid drowning by never stepping into the water. They call it humility, or simply knowing their place. But it's just fear, dressed up in polite clothing. Alfred Adler, the Austrian psychiatrist behind The Individual Psychology of Alfred Adler, once noticed something chilling. Some people cling to being beginners, not because they can't grow, but because growth means they can't hide anymore. Talesverser pictures someone at work who's been in the same junior role for years. They smile, they nod, they make jokes about still learning. Everyone thinks they're modest. What no one notices is the chain around their ankle, a chain they put there themselves. Because if they're always learning, they never have to be judged as enough. And if they're never enough, they're safe from the weight of expectation. Staying at the bottom has its perks. No one asks you to lead, no one blames you for failure. It's a quiet life under the shadow of others. Watching them take the hits while you stay untouched. It feels like safety, but it's a slow self-erasure. The longer people avoid stepping up, the more convinced they become that they can't. Beginners get patience, sympathy, and low-stakes forgiveness. There's a strange comfort in that. A drip feed of protection disguised as kindness. But training wheels aren't meant to be permanent. Leave them on long enough, and they stop being support. They become shackles, and the world quietly accepts your choice. Because an eternal novice never threatens the order of things. We've been told humility is a virtue. But for some, it's a stage costume, worn to mask fear, worn to avoid the spotlight's heat. They bow, they deflect compliments, they joke about being just average. It sounds charming, until you realize it's a strategy to keep their life risk-free. Humility becomes a shield, but shields also block the view of what's possible. Life doesn't pause out of respect for hesitation. Opportunities don't wait until someone feels ready. While an eternal novice polishes their safety net, the stage moves on, the lights go out, and the audience forgets their name. And that's the hidden tragedy. They don't just avoid failure, they avoid being remembered at all. Talesverser. In our world, the lowest rung is usually crowded. Not because people can't climb, but because they've convinced themselves there's dignity in staying put. We see ambition slowly die. Adler saw it as the quietest form of surrender, the choice to trade the risk of falling for the certainty of never rising. The question is, if safety costs your entire life, is it still worth paying? Maybe the real danger isn't falling. It's discovering, too late, that you never left the ground. And that's a wrap, my dear friends. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until next time, stay awesome.